Rangers supporters have found themselves increasingly restless in recent days, as tensions surrounding events at Ibrox have reached a boiling point. The discussions that first began quietly among fans online have now evolved into a widespread debate across the entire Rangers community. What started as murmurs of concern over crowd management, safety, and policing has grown into a central talking point, with supporters demanding clarity, accountability, and decisive intervention from the club. Emotions have run high, and social media platforms, forums, and discussions around Glasgow have amplified the sense of urgency, leaving no doubt that fans expect meaningful action. This is not merely a conversation about one match or one incident, but about the ongoing responsibility of those running the club and managing matchday operations to ensure that the legacy and integrity of Rangers football are protected. The recent developments have thrown the spotlight firmly onto Ibrox, where supporters insist that lessons must be learned and steps taken to prevent any repeat of the events that unfolded in front of them. The controversy began in earnest during the recent Old Firm fixture, a match that has long been a focal point for footballing passion in Scotland, but has, unfortunately, also become synonymous with disorder and conflict. Even before kickoff, frustration and concern were evident, as reports emerged of Celtic supporters gaining entry to Ibrox without tickets, a situation that left many Rangers fans shocked and unsettled. The lack of effective barriers and security oversight in this instance sparked immediate criticism, as supporters questioned how such a fundamental lapse in crowd control could occur. The atmosphere outside the stadium, particularly on Helen Street, was fraught with tension, as rival fans mingled freely in areas designated for Rangers supporters, contributing to a sense of vulnerability and unease. Within the stadium, the scenes that unfolded were equally alarming, with pitch invasions and confrontations breaking out that could easily have been prevented with more rigorous policing and careful planning. It was a stark reminder that matchday safety is not simply about enforcement, but also about foresight, preparation, and a proactive approach to the well-being of everyone involved. Fans and advisory groups associated with Rangers were quick to voice their outrage, highlighting what they viewed as serious failings by Police Scotland in the handling of the Old Firm clash. Their criticisms were not limited to isolated incidents. They encompassed the entirety of matchday operations, from ticket allocation to on-the-ground policing. The repeated failures, according to supporters, included allowing visiting fans to breach entry controls, insufficient segregation of supporters before the match, and a lack of intervention during post-match disturbances. For many, these errors demonstrated a disregard for the basic safety of Rangers supporters and created conditions that were entirely avoidable. Strong language was used to describe the perceived negligence, including references to past incidents at Ibrox and the ongoing failure to protect fans from repeated provocations and threats. For supporters, this was more than a complaint. It was a call to action, urging the club to step in decisively and assert its responsibility in safeguarding both the stadium environment and the wider reputation of Rangers football. The sense of injustice among fans has been compounded by the perception that the authorities have not taken sufficient responsibility for their failures. Statements from senior police officials, suggesting satisfaction with the management of the game, have done little to reassure supporters. Instead, they have fueled further frustration, with fans arguing that satisfaction with inadequate performance is an insult to those who travel, spend, and commit themselves to supporting the club. Beyond the immediate concerns of policing, supporters have also expressed anger over symbolic provocations, including graffiti and mockery aimed at Rangers history, which has been allowed to persist with little consequence. These incidents, while not directly related to the match itself, represent a broader issue of respect, accountability, and civic responsibility within Scottish football. For the Rangers fan base, the failure to address these matters in a timely and effective manner reflects a deeper problem in how the club, authorities, and wider footballing institutions engage with supporter safety and heritage. Amid this backdrop of unrest, there have been encouraging developments on the pitch that provide a welcome counterbalance to the off-field issues. One such story is the growing influence of Mikey Moore, the young attacker on loan from Tottenham, whose performances have quickly made him a central figure in Rangers' attacking plans. Since arriving in Glasgow, Moore has not only contributed directly through goals and assists, but has also provided energy, creativity, and a level of dynamism that has invigorated Danny Roll's side. His ability to operate across the forward line, take on defenders, and inject pace into transitions has made him a valuable asset, and his presence has coincided with a period of resurgence for the team domestically. Fans and analysts alike have taken note of Moore's impact, recognizing that while his statistical contributions are significant, his overall influence on the rhythm and effectiveness of Rangers' attacking play is even more noteworthy. He has become a player capable of changing games, drawing attention from defenders, and creating opportunities for his teammates, all of which have contributed to a renewed sense of optimism around Ibrox. Reports indicate that Rangers are increasingly keen to explore options for retaining Moore beyond the end of his current loan spell, an ambition supported by his evident enjoyment and adaptation to life in Glasgow. Discussions are said to have taken place regarding pre-agreements with Tottenham, though any permanent move would naturally be subject to conditions reflecting the London club's desire to protect the long-term value of one of their most promising academy graduates. As a result, while a full transfer may remain unlikely at this stage, the possibility of extending his stay through another loan season appears feasible, particularly if Rangers continue to compete at the highest domestic level and qualify for European football. The potential for Moore to remain in Scotland would provide continuity in the squad, strengthen the attacking options available to Danny Roll, and allow the young player to continue his development in a familiar environment. This scenario presents a strategic opportunity for both club and player, aligning sporting ambitions with long-term career planning and offering Rangers supporters a tangible reason to be excited about the months ahead. As Rangers continue to assess their options, the situation surrounding Mikey Moore has quickly become one of the most intriguing talking points among the support. His rise during this loan spell has not been accidental. From the moment he stepped onto the pitch in a Rangers shirt, there was a noticeable confidence in the way he approached matches. Supporters immediately recognized a player willing to take responsibility in attacking situations, someone prepared to run directly at defenders and create uncertainty in opposition backlines. That fearless style of play has made him stand out in a squad that, not long ago, was struggling to find attacking rhythm. In recent weeks, the team has looked far sharper going forward, and Moore's influence has been a major factor in that change. His pace stretches defenses, his movement opens spaces for teammates, and his technical ability allows Rangers to move the ball into dangerous areas with far greater speed than before. For a young player still early in his professional journey, the maturity he has shown in these moments has impressed both the coaching staff and the supporters who fill Ibrox every week. What has perhaps impressed observers even more is the consistency he has begun to show. Many young attacking players produce flashes of brilliance, but struggle to maintain that level from one match to the next. Moore, however, has managed to keep delivering impactful performances across several fixtures. His 5 goals and 2 assists are evidence of that contribution, but they only tell part of the story. His pressing work without the ball, the willingness to track back and help the team recover possession, and his growing understanding with teammates in the final third have all strengthened Rangers' attacking identity. When the team pushes forward, Moore often becomes the spark that sets the move into motion. The chemistry building between him and the rest of the forward line has created a more fluid attacking structure, something that supporters had been eager to see return. For a squad aiming to reassert dominance in the Scottish Premiership, having a player capable of unlocking tight defenses is an enormous advantage. Inside the club, there is a growing awareness that Moore's development in Glasgow has accelerated at a remarkable pace. The intensity of Scottish football, the pressure that comes with representing Rangers, and the expectation of performing in front of demanding supporters have all combined to shape his progress. Every appearance at Ibrox carries a level of scrutiny that few environments can replicate, and learning to thrive under that spotlight is a valuable experience for any young footballer. Those close to the situation believe that this environment has helped sharpen Moore's decision-making and tactical awareness. The pace of matches in Scotland often forces attackers to think quickly and act decisively, and Moore appears to have adapted to those demands with impressive maturity. For Rangers, this development strengthens the argument that continuing his stay in Glasgow could benefit everyone involved. However, the final decision ultimately rests with Tottenham, and the English club remains in a strong position due to Moore's long-term contract. Having secured his commitment not long before the loan move, Tottenham clearly view him as part of their future plans. Their academy has produced several talented players over the years, and Moore is widely regarded as one of the most exciting prospects to emerge from that system in recent seasons. That reputation makes it highly unlikely that they would allow him to leave permanently without significant consideration. The North London club will want to ensure that every step of his development aligns with their long-term vision. Even if Rangers were prepared to present an ambitious proposal, Tottenham would still weigh the benefits of keeping him within their own plans for the coming years. Despite that reality, the idea of extending the loan remains firmly on the table. Football development is rarely a straight line, and clubs often recognize the value of allowing young players to continue gaining experience where they are already thriving. In Moore's case, the combination of regular playing time and the competitive environment in Scotland has proven extremely beneficial. Tottenham will certainly take note of how frequently he has been involved in important matches and how much responsibility he has taken on during Rangers' recent run of form. If the progress continues, it becomes easier to argue that another season in Glasgow could help refine his abilities even further. That possibility has not gone unnoticed by Rangers supporters, who have begun to view Moore not just as a short-term addition, but as a player who could play a meaningful role in the club's ambitions moving forward. Much of what happens next may depend on Rangers' performances over the remainder of the season. Success on the pitch has a powerful way of influencing decisions behind the scenes. If the club manages to maintain its upward momentum and challenge strongly for the Scottish Premiership title, the prospect of competing in the Champions League could significantly strengthen their position. European football offers young players a stage to test themselves against some of the strongest teams in the world, and that experience is often seen as invaluable in a player's development. For Tottenham, allowing Moore to participate in that level of competition while still playing regular domestic matches could represent an ideal scenario. It would give him exposure to elite football while continuing to build the confidence that comes from consistent minutes on the pitch. Within the Rangers dressing room, there is also a belief that the squad is beginning to rediscover its identity. The renewed energy within the team has been noticeable, with players showing greater cohesion and belief in their style of play. Moore's presence has added a different dimension to that attacking approach, and his willingness to take risks in forward areas often lifts the tempo of the entire side. When a young player arrives and quickly earns the trust of teammates, it can transform the dynamic of a squad. Rangers appear to be experiencing that effect now, with Moore's enthusiasm and attacking instinct helping to push the team forward at a time when confidence is steadily returning. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are beginning to swirl around Ibrox after Rangers confirmed what many supporters had been hoping to hear. A new signing is set to make his first appearance in the upcoming round of matches. While the club has kept several details under wraps, the announcement alone was enough to spark excitement among fans who believe the fresh arrival could provide a timely boost as the season enters a crucial stretch. Inside the club, the mood reportedly shifted as soon as confirmation came that the player is available to be included in the squad. Sources close to the dressing room suggest that the coaching staff have been carefully managing expectations, but there is a growing belief that the newcomer could feature sooner rather than later. The possibility of an immediate debut has fueled speculation about how the manager intends to integrate the latest addition into the team's tactical setup. Supporters have already begun debating where the reinforcement might fit best. Some believe the new arrival could bring creativity and energy that has occasionally been missing in recent performances, while others see the signing as a strategic move designed to strengthen competition for places. Either way, anticipation is building quickly, particularly because Rangers have made it clear the player is ready to step onto the pitch if selected. Behind the scenes, training sessions are said to have offered glimpses of the qualities that convinced the club to move for the signing. Teammates reportedly speak highly of the player's intensity and willingness to adapt, traits that could help accelerate the transition into Scottish football. Observers at the training ground claim the newcomer has been eager to prove a point, knowing that the first appearance in a Rangers shirt often carries significant expectations. For the fans, the mere prospect of a debut has already changed the conversation surrounding the upcoming fixture. Social media discussions, radio debates, and conversations outside the stadium all revolve around a single question. Will the new signing actually step onto the pitch? Rangers have not confirmed the lineup, and club officials remain cautious in their comments. Yet the message delivered to supporters was unmistakable. The reinforcement is ready, the stage is set, and if speculation proves accurate, the Ibrox crowd may soon witness the beginning of a new chapter in the squad's evolving story. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.